And to bring out the big guns, don't you? As if that necklace weren't enough. Now that necklace that I'm talking about, of course, that was $7,500, and I'd have to gulp and think twice before I did that. And I really do congratulate you. I'd love to thank you personally. Anybody who did figure out a way to make that happen for themselves, it's absolutely glorious. But so is this, and this is. It hurts me to say only $1,849. And the reason I say that is I know how rare and how scarce these stones are. You have to mine tens of thousands of carats of rough to even find 1 carat of fancy yellows. When you look at these, how do you take your eyes off of those diamonds? They are all so perfectly matched and so gorgeous, but the one in the middle, giant. In the world of natural yellows, can you imagine that that is an almost 1/4 carat cushion shape, cushion cut stone? I want to talk about that. So there are different cuts, and when you talk about diamonds, first you talk about shape, and then you talk about cut. So again, thank you for those of you that are participating on Facebook, and keep those questions coming. I'm happy to answer them, if not during the show, after the show. But you and I know, if you love jewelry the way that I do, that when you go in and you find a natural yellow, or when you find a yellow diamond, it's probably not natural yellow. This is natural yellow untreated. You have to mine 16,500 carats of natural fancies to find 1 carat of natural yellows, let alone one at this more vivid, deep, saturated color. Now, we knew we had something really special with that center stone, so we set it in yellow gold in the middle, and then we decided to do 2 halos. Gemstones get their color, their saturation of color from their mass. So the bigger they are, or the deeper they are, the richer the color is going to be. When you're talking about brilliant rounds, the proportions are different. The halo that goes around that cushion is a series of brilliant rounds. And so the challenge with this ring is not only getting the material, but having the rounds match that center stone. Gorgeous. And then the second halo, because evidently you've been doubly good this year, is white diamonds. And they are so sparkling and bright like snow. They're gorgeous, and they cascade down the shoulder of the ring. If you need to size it, you can. I get it. At this point, you just want it. You got to figure out what size works best for you and go for it. If you're a half size, I think you're better off um, going down than going up. So that's just from me to you. But you take it to your local jeweler if you do have to have it sized a half size or a size or something, and have them consult with it before you have it sized. Once you size it, you can't return it, but until that time, you can. You've got a 30-day unconditional money back guarantee. The halo is 80 points. My whole wedding ring that we got from my grandmother, I wore my grandmother's wedding ring for the first 20 years of our marriage. It was a 3/4 carat. Yours is 80 points. Yours is even a little bit bigger than in total weight than my grandmother's ring that I wore for 20 years. I mean, the halo itself, even without that center stone, this is a perfect carat in 14 karat gold through and through, near colorless diamonds. I mean, almost an inch side by side and about a half of an inch top to bottom. And you can see it on Sheila. It shows up from across the room. If Sheila were having dinner in a restaurant, people would notice it, like Rick likes to say, 3 tables over. I actually have met men that I've dated before I met my husband in the early part of my lifetime because of my jewelry. People would come over and they would say, guys would come over and they say, "Wow, I love that bracelet," or "I love that ring," and tell me about it. And that would be an icebreaker. And I think, you know what? It shows how you want to be treated, right? So I'm just saying to the single ladies, all the single ladies out there, there's no problem buying something like this for you. If you've got the money, do it. If you love it, do it. Yellow diamonds are a really solid thing to purchase. Historically, in times where there's economic questions, people buy tangible things. And historically, they buy art and they buy diamonds. And I venture to guess that that's one of the reasons that our diamond collections have been so red hot here at QVC. So I want you to enjoy the time that you have, together with us here today, and do a little window shopping. But if something has caught your eye, you got to go and you got to check it out. You can call us at 800-500-7590, or you can also go to qvc.com and type in J444481. It's all up to you. There's no pressure here. If you get it home and it's not to your taste, you can return it. No questions, no walk of shame in the store. You know how that goes, right? If you get a ring, maybe your husband or your boyfriend picks something out for you and it's not quite your taste, that's awful when you have to go back in and you have to exchange it or something like that. We don't ask any questions. You just do what you'd like to do. We want you to be 100% happy. We have millions of satisfied customers. We've been at this for over 20 years, and we want to make you one of those happy women. If you're thinking about getting engaged anytime soon, you might want to tell that husband-to-be you found your ring today. I think you'll love it. Oh, there's more to come.